welcome to Dancepreneur TV. This is another episode and I'm honoured to be here with Mr. Hakeem from Impact Dance. Hello.
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 How's it going? Right?
Good, thank you.
Okay, Hakeem, can you tell us a little bit about you, your lifestyle, and what you're passionate about?
Oh, wow, where do I start? Okay, a bit about myself. So, it's a really difficult question. People ask me, what do I do? And actually, I don't know where to start. But I mean, obviously, the main thread that runs through my life is dance. Dance is obviously the main thing. So I started teaching in, I'm allowed to say the year, it's quite a long time ago.
Yeah.
It's about 1995.
Okay, it's not that old.
I started teaching here at Dancemode. Started teaching one class a week, and from that, over like the next 3-4 years, it grew to kind of like 5 classes a week. That was kind of the base for everything. I just love teaching street dance, hip hop. It's just an amazing thing, just infusing people, allowing people to express themselves. Alongside that, I realised that dance was the main thing for me, because when I started teaching dance, I was actually working in social services full time. I was kind of working with dementia and mental health patients. But what I realised was that I wasn't really feeling what I was doing during the day, but I was coming alive in the evening, if that kind of makes sense.
Yes.
And so, if I could put some more time into my evening work, put more time into the dance, maybe I can kind of make a career of it. But I mean, I didn't really believe it, to be honest with you. But after about 3 or 4 years, it kind of took off. And then I was offered a position at what was then a Courtney's, which is now Cannon's, which is now, I don't know, top notch. They changed their name so many times. I was asked to coordinate a gym. From there, I took my studio, professional studio instructor course, became a fitness instructor. So that was running alongside. And from there, like kind of around 2000, things really started to take off. At the same time, what I was doing was creating this dance show down at the Splits, which is Commercial Street, and we used to have shows, and I used to compare shows. I used to create the shows, I used to choreograph the shows, I used to bring acts on, just do lots of different bits and pieces. And what I didn't realise at the time was that I was kind of like actually working my way into what I was really good at and what I really enjoyed, but I didn't realise at the time.
So it took a number of years for you to say, right, I love to dance, even though you were doing social work in the social working environment, everything, and all of that on the side, you still came back to dance. Like dance was always there in the background.
That's right, yeah.
And then at what point did you decide, right, this is it for me, like this is what I want to do, and sod everything else, I'm going to fully focus into dance?
I think the big turning point for me was I was offered this position at this studio to studio coordinate, but the problem was they could only offer me a part-time position, so that meant I had to give up a full-time wage. But what I realised was that if I took this part-time position, it would allow me to go and really go out, maybe go to auditions, find out a bit more about myself, maybe start the business. So even though I didn't have the income at the time to really create who I was, and it was literally, I was on a precipice, I was on the edge. It's either jump off the edge and hope for the best, or go back and carry on doing what I was doing. And I decided to jump and hope for the best. And it was really hard at first, obviously, you know, money and stuff like that. But it did allow me to go and find more work. It allowed me to find out who I was, and there was no turning back after that. No turning back. And I think things started to flourish from there. I started taking on my I started doing more courses, I started going to more dance classes, started to learn more about dance, and I kind of created my own style.
Okay, and can you tell us about Impact? What's that all about, Impact Dance?
So Impact really is, Impact Dance is the company. It's, at the moment we have a registered company called Impact Ventures, and under the Impact Ventures we have lots of different things. Impact Dance serves as, it's a hip hop theatre company, it's an educational facilitator, and it's also a street dance organisation. So within that we create professional, semi-professional. Are we going to be alright with that piano?
Yeah, there's a piano happening in the background. We're in the dance studios right now, but it's okay, like we can work with it. We can speak a bit louder so the mic picks up.
Okay, cool. Yeah, so the hip hop theatre side of things, my style, what I like to create, rather than the competitions and kind of like the street dance, I prefer to kind of create narrative hip hop pieces using hip hop theatre. That's been our trademark since we set out. So we have a semi-professional group, and we also have a professional group. We don't have a professional group, but I get professional dancers to create work for various events. The most recent event we were in Austria doing a big kind of like hip hop convention, but things vary. We also have a semi-professional group called Fully Functioning Individuals, which is young people at vocational college and studying. And the reason we call them fully functioning individuals is because we don't just teach them how to dance, we also try and empower them with life skills, make them confident, self-esteem, which is really important. So that means they go on the street and they become a fully functioning individual, not only just in dance, but generally in everything they do.
That's absolutely brilliant. I love that concept.
Yeah.
Right? Like, because dance is like a form of self-expression in a way. It also can be used as therapy. So now you're combining this whole self-esteem and confidence building, like it's perfect, right? Because it just resonates with your story, what you just said, like what it took for you to just take the leap of faith and just go for it. It took knowing yourself, being fully confident and just flying and like no turning back, like this is it for me. And if you can have kids have that, like from an early age, I mean that is amazing what you're doing. Yeah, that's brilliant.
So so fully functioning individuals is a really important part of Impact. So that's the hip hop theatre side. We're a street dance organisation in that, you know, I go to street dance events, judge at street dance events. Street dance is obviously the umbrella term. I teach a class which is, I'd say, street dance rather than hip hop theatre. So, you know, I say we're a street dance organisation, but we're also an educational facilitator. So we're in schools. We have a sister school called Chelsea Academy, which is a school we teach at Richmond, etc. We do all sorts of bits and pieces. It's quite crazy.
Yeah, that's so much.
It's all good, yeah.
Would you say that your background, because you had the social background, do you think that plays an important part of the influence you now have created within Impact Dance and all of the projects around it?
It's funny because when I was working in the social services, I used to do like movement therapy. I'd allow people to sit in their like dementia, mental health, they'll sit in their chair, and maybe in one session you get them to stand up and swap chairs. That took a lot of patience. And I think at the time I didn't realise why I was doing it, but I was learning lots of different skills there which now are transferable into what I'm doing. So obviously now when someone says to you, I don't think I can dance, or I don't think I can achieve this, you're like, it's
no longer impossible, it's impossible, right?
Very important, so that's a bit like Impact. So, you know, Impact's been around a long time. The most important thing about Impact is, you know, my motto is motivate, lead and inspire. I think,
like that.
You know, I'm seen as a leader, but for me, leadership is not about me saying, hey, look where I am. It's about creating more leaders.
Fantastic.
And more leaders create more leaders, and more create more leaders. And so, you know, community-wise, we become a better place.
Yeah, fantastic. And what have you found to be the most challenging part of your business so far?
The most challenging part of the business, obviously there's always a problem with the funding of the business, being able to do stuff. Wow. It's quite noisy. I think it's always the financial side of things, to be in a situation that I think over the last few years, I've definitely had to get more business orientated, business minded, and become a bit more, I won't say selfish is the right way, that almost sounds like I'm a selfish person, but sometimes you have to think about yourself. People say my biggest weakness is I'm very altruistic, which basically means I put other people first. And back in the day, I used to invest a lot of money into studio space and doing stuff and helping people. But you know, there was never any money, and I think if you always do it for money initially, I don't think you build on the right foundation. But at the same time, if you maintain a level of success and you stick to your guns and you have a good ethic and a good foundation, I think after a while people start seeing you as a reputable person. So you then start getting work which can assist for you to fund the more charitable parts of things, like looking up. You know, on Friday, for instance, fully functioning individuals, that doesn't pay me an income, but we're lucky to get a space for free, but that's just time I spend investing in young people. And for me, that's a return on myself, because like, I'm learning, I'm keeping up to date with what's going on, I'm choreographing, but it doesn't serve as an income, and that's like 4 hours every Friday night, but it's not about the money. But money has been a challenge. Business acumen has been, I'm not really from a business point of view, I had a biological science degree, so business has not been always the first thing that I thought about. I think the other biggest challenge is self, you know, self-doubt. I didn't go through the conventional training at dance school, so sometimes you go into an environment. I used to go into environments years before and be like, am I worthy of talking to dancers? What can I tell them? It's almost like, you know, a software engineer talking to people who know about IT and stuff like that, and that's fine, but if you don't know anything, you think, well, what can I actually say? But I think you overcome that because you pick up knowledge and you pick up wisdom and you can actually help people. But those have been big challenges.
Okay, Okay, and what have you learned about yourself during this process, setting up your business?
That I'm too generous sometimes. I put other people before me. But that's not a bad thing. I think you just got to get the balance right. I think I've learned that this is for me, this is what I do. I don't see this as a job. I don't wake up in the morning and go, okay. Some days are hard, you've got a schedule, you've got to get somewhere, or you don't feel like doing something, you don't feel like filling in an application form for some funding or something like that. But yeah, I just learned this is what I'm supposed to do. I think my whole being, my whole self is about motivating, leading, and inspiring people. It's not about myself, it's about helping other people. And it's really strange, well it's not strange, but it's really refreshing. You know, sometimes you help people and you don't see them for dust, you see them on the street and they walk past you and you're like, okay. I remember the days when I used to make sure your mum was picking you up on time, and this kind of stuff. But then out of the blue, randomly, you get some people I haven't spoken to in 10 years, they just hit you on Facebook and they're like, you know what? I gave you a lot of resistance when you were telling me stuff, but now I understand. That's happened a lot of times. A lot of people come back and said, now I understand what you were saying, and I'm so glad for the experience you taught me and stuff like that. And you know, we have people coming back all the time. So that's amazing.
And on that positive note, what would you say is the greatest success story for your business today?
I think that was in 2009 when I was made a British Council Ambassador. I was basically contacted by the British Council to apply for Cultural Leadership International. And I didn't really know what it was about, but the person who recommended me said, look, I think it's something that you would be really interested in, I think it's something you're good for. So I basically asked her, what's it about? And it's just that they said it's looking for people who have just made a change in their community over a long period. And so I went for kind of like an interview with the British Council and they shortlisted me. And then before I knew it, I was on a plane to Jordan onto like a management kind of like training, not management training, sorry, leadership training. And at that time, I knew that I was one of 6 in the country that would be possibly put forward out of 3 people. Came back from that, that was amazing, and had to write kind of like an application, a dissertation on if I was given X amount of money, what would I do with it over a year? How would I extend my knowledge of the sector, of dance, and increase cultural conversation abroad? So I filled this form in, and that was probably the hardest form I filled in. Filled it in, and then a few days later, a week later, they told me that they're going to give me this bursary. So that allowed me to go around the world for a year. I mean, I wasn't abroad for a year, but I went to North Africa, I went to San Francisco. And it was all about using the money to invest in yourself, find out more about who you were, find out about what other people were doing. And yeah, you know, it was a great honour to be made a cultural leader. And I think it's so weird from that moment, all these international opportunities started to open up. And I was going abroad doing all these crazy things. And I think the reason why it was the biggest success for me was because I guess at the point when it came, no matter how successful you get, you always doubt yourself. You always think, what's going on in my life? Or what's this all about? And I think it was that moment where once the British Council say, yeah, you're a cultural leader, you feel all that work you've done, someone's put a stamp of approval. You know, we walk around and we say to ourselves, yeah, I'm good. We talk ourselves up, but you almost like pumping your own self up.
Unless someone else is
acknowledges that. Acknowledges that, exactly. So I can say, you know, you can walk around, you wake up in the morning and go, yeah, I'm great. But when someone else says, you know what, you look great today, you're like, wow. So I guess it's that the British Council saying, we recognise that you've been a cultural leader, you've been affecting change in your community. It gave me so much confidence that the work I've been doing wasn't just gone to waste, because you know the dance society can be very negative, can be very competitive. People are always trying to throw you off your path. Not everybody, but there's a lot of negativity out there, which is a shame. But I guess that's down to insecurity. So you know, everyone gets insecure, but when there's a strong message saying carry on doing what you're doing because it's good, you take it from that. From there, crazy things have happened. You know, the British Council called me in 2011 and said Zimbabwe needs you. They need hip hop out there. And
wow!
Zimbabwe 5 times and took a template and changed. You know, when people say you've you've changed the way a country thinks.
Yeah.
Like, wow,
that's massive.
Yeah.
And where do you see the dance industry going?
What, in general or in hip hop?
In general, or hip hop, however you want to share.
I think, you know, things have improved over the last few years in hip hop. I think there's certain things that have happened, there's certain successes that have happened. I personally, with hip hop, I think that we still need to think outside the box. There's always, it's good that we can be on television now and we can show our skill and our style and show how good we are. But for me, there's more depth to it than our art form has more depth than just how concise you can be with a line, or how much energy you can do, or how high you can tumble. I feel our art form can be very expressive, just the same way the classical form, ballet form, or even the South Asian, Indian form. They're so expressive through their art because they really look. I feel we need to look at that more. I feel we need to collaborate more. I feel that. In general, the way forward is not ballet, contemporary, hip hop. It's about everyone coming together and learning.
Yes.
My work has gone forward, my practice has gone forward by being in different areas. Not to say that I've sold out on hip hop, because hip hop is my first thing. It's not even hip hop dance. I am hip hop. You know, where I grew up. You know, when people like Chuck Chill Out, Rock Bass, all these kind of people, Chuck B. You know, I'm proper old school hip hop.
It's the whole culture.
It's the whole culture. Exactly. The dress, the way you move. You know, just. Beats, bro, everything. But I think that it's important that I've kind of lost my train of thought for a second, but bringing it back, I think it's really important that that we collaborate and we learn from other people, like even our practices. Even I brought something in 2008, 2009 to the company because I felt that a lot of our work, our dance work, our hip hop work was just a fancy formation of 25 people on stage, just pounding out to a soundtrack, and I think we know we can do it. It's been done. So I did Two's a Company. I remember going up to Marlon from Florence again. I'm doing Two's a Company. You only allowed 2 dancers. And he was looking at me like, "What are you talking about?" I've got my crew of 10 dancers. And I said, "No, try 2." And you know, he made a piece which went on to break and eventually went all around the world. My point was that when you only have 2 dancers, you're forced to look at the thought process behind the work, the quality of the dancer. The quality of the work, how you interact. I just felt that's opening up. So that's just one small catalyst to what's happened. There's been lots of other events.
And where do you feel like in the Dancepreneur network, if you like, where do you see dancepreneurs taking the industry? Do you think that more dancers are going to like turn their passion into their business, and like do you see them expanding that way? Like where you say more collaborations, are people going to do more joint ventures, more?
Yeah, I think more people are doing that anyway, but I think the bottom line is there needs to be more funding because there needs to be the resources available to do the work. And I think this is where the Arts Council come in. Arts Council need to definitely, you know, Arts Council, lottery funds, private investment, subsidy, charities. Everyone's got to come together because things cost money. And if you're always asking someone to turn on a whim and a prayer, the quality of the work is never going to be fantastic. You know, if someone asks me to make something and they want it to be good, then I'll say, okay, it's fine, I can do that, but I need a certain amount of resources to get the best dancers to do what I need to do. I can't say to a dancer, come and train with me for a week, and here's £5 at the end of it. I've got to say to you, what is equity minimum that I've got to pay you for the week to train with me to get the R&D, the research and development to make that movement. I think that's really important. For entrepreneurs, there's lots of entrepreneurs around. Now we're in the world of you know, Facebook, YouTube. Everyone's an entrepreneur, but you've got to be really serious. And I think if you are a young person, or it doesn't matter, young, whatever, you're just starting out a young company, the key to the business is you as the leader of the business. People will do what you do, not what you say. And if you say, oh, I'm going to do this, whatever, but you are acting in a different way, it's not going to happen.
You've got to have integrity, right?
You've got to have integrity, you've got to have ethos. If you want your dancers to arrive on time, you've got to arrive, you've got to be there the first person. If you don't want to promote bad language, whatever, if you're swearing on Twitter, then do you know what I mean? And I think leadership is a key thing forward. There's a lot of people who've got good ideas, but real leadership.
And leadership is a skill to learn, right? Like not everyone's born with this.
That's right.
Like you have to go out and learn it, and I think this is something which definitely is missing. As you rightly say, a lot of people don't realise that there are skills which you have to learn
That's
to
right.
become where you want to go in order to grow to where you want to go. And leadership is definitely a skill to learn. So look at leadership courses and things like this, right? Go and learn, go and study, because if you don't have these skills, it's going to be very, very hard to establish yourself.
And then put the things you learn into practice, because you, like you rightly said, there are a lot of leadership courses, workshops, etc. But it's one thing learning something theoretically.
Yeah, doing it.
Yeah, applying it, because that's where you really learn. That's where the real essence of knowing what's good. You know, the good thing about my journey with the British Council was literally I was made a cultural leader, but straight away I was in Hong Kong, I was in Zimbabwe, I was in Africa, I was doing all these things. So all the things I had in my mind, I had to apply them. Some went right, some went wrong. But generally,
you learn from experience, and then you embody the skills.
That's
Once
right,
you embody it, you've got it.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly. Yeah.
Okay, and on a final note, if you could sum up your business using one word, what would it be?
Wow.
Was that your word? Wow.
I'm caught between two words.
Okay, we'll let you have two.
Inspiring leadership.
Inspiring leadership.
Say either leadership or inspiring.
Yeah, and those words are like written all over your being.
Yeah.
Like really, like I can see that's what you were complete stand for.
Inspiring leadership. Yeah. I think that's important. And again, going back to the point, I think it's really important. Anyone who's watching this, everyone has good ideas. People have amazing ideas, more amazing ideas than even ideas I come with. But sometimes the downfall is not necessarily, I don't know, the execution or just sticking to what you believe in. You know, it's hard. It's really hard. You know, sometimes you're out there and you're talking to people and you're trying to get headway, you're trying to move forward. And you really want to just but if you stick to what you believe in, there's definitely an opportunity to move forward.
Great. Well, thank you very much, Hakeem. And one last thing is, for anyone who's looking to learn more about what Hakeem does and Impact Dance, where do they go?
Website www.impactdance, all one word, IMPACT dance, DANCE, impactdance.co.uk.
All right, lovely. Thank you so much, Hakeem. It's been a pleasure. Thank you.